Good evening and welcome to our Techmas Live edition of PL in Your PJs.
That's right.
We obviously are not quite in our PJs yet, but we do have some coffee here just ready to warm us up for the Techmas season. And we're super excited tonight to be talking about one of the hot topics out there. You probably are hearing about
Hotter
it.
than coffee.
Hotter than coffee, is that what you said? Okay, there you go. So we're talking about AI, amazing things that you can do to help save you time, kind of like a little Techmas gift to yourself. Yeah. Because if you take the things you're going to hear from us today, hopefully you will start to see that AI has some benefits for you as a teacher. Now, keeping in mind the things we show you today are teacher focused, not things that you're going to have your students go out and do. So as you're watching tonight, if you have questions or ideas or comments, put them in the chat. We'll be here live in the chat to answer anything that you might want to talk about.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to each take just a couple minutes because we try to keep these short, around 15 minutes, to walk through a couple of the AI tools that you might know about. And I'm going to start us off. So I'm going to talk about Canva. So you might be tired of hearing us talk about Canva, but you want to get used to it because it's our favorite tool. Because it really has so many versatile ways that you can use it. You can use it for just typing a document, for creating a presentation, a video, a podcast. Pretty much anything you want students to do in a protected environment is there. But for teachers, there's a little bit of extra magic available. So when you log into your, you guys are on the screen. They're just goofing around with my hand over here. You can see that if you click on the left hand of your screen in the Magic Studio, it's going to pull up all of these AI-driven tools that Canva has available to you. So if you come down, you can scroll through and it will give you a chance to try any of the magic tools that it has. You might already be using some without your knowledge, like the background remover, or I know a lot of our kids use the animation, and it's in one of our Techmas projects. But I wanted to show just kind of 3 quick ways that you can use it. So if I open up this screen right here, you're going to see I just opened a Canva presentation. And today is St. Nicholas Day, if your family celebrates that, or if you are using history of holidays around the world, today is St. Nicholas Day. So if I wanted to teach my kids about that, but I don't obviously have a whole presentation made on that, I could put a presentation on the history of St. Nick Day. And when I did that, these AI generated designs come up, and I can click through and say, like, there are certain, countries in the world where St. Nick is their day. Talks about I can add that too. If I like it, I add it to my page, and if I walk through, it's going to give me an outline of St. Nick, rooted in Europe. So all of these facts that I didn't have to create are coming up, so just it saves me time. I'll add it as a new page so you can see. These aren't always accurate, and I'll give you an example. I was at a conference the first time I saw this, and the presenter put in like the history of the bell, the Freedom Bell in Philadelphia, and it came up and but it did a bell pepper. Like all of the images were bell peppers.
Delicious but wrong.
Yeah, delicious but wrong. So kind of keeping in mind, these are a great starting point,
Yes.
but not your finished product.
Check your facts.
So, okay, so that's making a presentation. The other tip I can do is if I'm like, I want a picture of St. Nick, but I want to create an image and they don't just have one in their elements. I can generate my own using AI. So if I put St. Nick, delivering presents to, let's put Indiana, see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to generate this image, and I can put in the style too. If I was getting fancy, I could make a watercolor, make a anime style design. It will try to customize or match that design. Sometimes it looks, I will say, it looks a little wonky, okay, but sometimes they come out pretty good. So like, okay, here's St. Nick. Apparently Indiana's just the wooded snow.
It looks exactly like Indiana.
It's realistic here. So if I like that, I'm going to come in here and I can add it right into my image. And so if, say, I liked it and I didn't want the background, I could use those tools too.
Absolutely.
Okay. The last one I'll show is if you go into the Magic Write, and this is a Magic Doc. Again, I can just put in any phrase that I want. So if I want to create a decodable passage using long O words, I just type that, I generate it, and I can again get as specific as I want, but I can see here that it comes up with a little passage. I can read it and decide if I want to use this with my kids, if I need to customize it. I might want to get more specific with a level of text or whatever I need, but this is great for like parent letters, newsletter information, field trip permission slips, anything you want to create magic can write it up.
Absolutely.
So go into Canva, click on the little studio, and you can see what else they have to offer.
Awesome. And what's great about Canva is that it's free to educators, and so everyone has access to use it, and everyone has, like that account, because everybody always asks, like, is it free? Can I use my account? Oh, super. So it's a great one to use because we all have access. So if you haven't signed in, please make sure that when you go to Canva that you are signing in with your FWCS email, so then you can have all of the educator things available to you. So there you go.
Switching on the fly.
Sorry, I had to use my Chromebook today, and there's no connector, so here we go.
Thinking on our feet.
Yes, always. So I am going to share with you Quizzes AI today. And again, what I love about Quizzes is that we have a premium subscription. And so, again, use your Gmail well, not your Gmail, but use your Google to log in. Sorry, wipe that. Use your Google login, and you will have access to the premium edition and all of the things that come with that. So what I want to show you is to kind of go along, it could go along with what Shannon shared about, creating the decodable, creating a text passage, creating information about St. Nick. So now we can kind of assess our students on the knowledge that they have. So Quizzes AI uses Quizzes and AI to create quizzes for your students. It can create some reading passages as well. It can create some topics. If you give it a topic or information, it creates things on that too. So I'm going to go ahead and just go to Quizzes. I'm going to click this create button. I'm going to choose a quiz. You can create a lesson with AI, which is also an awesome feature and tool, but we're just going to do a quiz today. So I can do a couple different things. I can create from scratch, and Quizzes will help me with some answer choices. I have to put in my questions, but it will help me choose some answer choices, and I can show that here if we have time here in a minute. But I really want to talk about this generate from text and upload a document. So if I go to generate from text, here's where I can add in my prompt or my topic. I can take and actually copy and paste information in here so that, that decodable text that Shannon created, I could copy and paste it into Quizzes, and it will create and generate some questions. If I scroll down here, I can also upload a PDF. I could upload a Word document, a Google Doc, and it will take that information and create a quiz. And I can add in any link from the web. This includes YouTube videos. It includes like websites like National Geographic. So all the things that we already have and have access to. Stories on Pebble Go. I can link it and then just create my quiz questions. So
there's also a Quizzes Chrome extension. So if you're browsing the web and think, what's on this web page would make for a really great quiz.
Absolutely.
You can tie in that link from the web that way.
Absolutely.
I think I've got it in that little puzzle. So if you see you can see Quizzes right there. So if I'm out ready to quiz anybody, I do it to Eric all the time.
I get quiz constantly.
Quiz on this website. Yep. But this really only works like on a web, like a website, or I haven't used it on a YouTube video, but I would say that going into Quizzes and using the web version, I prefer, because it does give you more access points and it gives you more things you can do with it. Okay. So that's my preference. But when you're like want something quick and you're just ready to go, then you can use that extension as well. So and then so I want to make sure we keep light on time. So Eric, if you want to share the bonus activities with everyone.
This
Go ahead.
is in the Snow Way, right? So if they try it out, so if you'd like this and you're like, I want to try to see what Sarah's talking about, there's a little bit more information on the Snow Way part of Techmas where you get kind of those quick hits of information. Mm-hmm. But if you try it out, send it in, because then you could be entered into a prize.
Yes, and I will say there is a video that I made both on the extension and using the web. So check that out. Those are some quick, like 5-minute videos on that. So get some more information there too.
Okay, you're up, Eric.
Well, on the third day of Techmas, my true love gave to me some bonus AI tools. First one we're going to touch upon is magicschool.ai. Now, this is a bonus tool because this is not something that the district is paying for. We just want you to be aware of it because it's pretty neat.
And it is free right now, right?
It is currently free, and you can sign up using your FWCS Google account. Just a couple of clicks, and you'll see in Magic School there are several different kind of specialized options to generate something for you, depending on your needs, whether that means unpacking a standard, rewriting a text, outlining a lesson plan, scaffolding text. There's a lot of bells and whistles in Magic School AI, and we just encourage you to play because we think it can save you a lot of time. I don't want to demo anything that might become locked behind a paywall in the future, so we aren't going to demo right now, but just be aware that there are various specialized tools and a chatbot kind of like ChatGPT that is special made for education that you can ask questions to.
Awesome.
I do personally think, like, if you're just wanting to try it out before, it's probably going to go paid at some time.
Yeah.
But, like, test it out right now, like the rubric generator, the text rewriter. Some of those are really cool. If you're a special education teacher, they have an IEP generator to help give you some of that information.
Yeah.
That you might be, I know those are very long to fill out, so this could help support you through that.
And a lot of the time too, it just gives like really good frameworks for things. You may not take everything that's there, everything that's generated, but at least gives you a good start to some things, that you can add in your own things. Because, an AIP generator, not just going to want to copy and paste it. You're going to want to customize it for your students, obviously. But, yeah, it's a great framework for things. We've used the song generator with some of our coaches doing a PL before, and shared that in a couple other PLs with buildings, and so that's really fun. Music teachers can use it. We've had an art teacher that's used it for creating rubrics, which are not always the easiest and the most fun thing to do. So it's a great help for sure. Yeah.
Okay, what's the last
Last one.
So if you're
gift?
someone that is a little tech averse and you think Magic School looks like a lot, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, let's dip our toes in the water with a more simple tool like Diffit. Now Diffit is something that will re-level your text based on a specific grade level. So there are 3 options to generate content in Diffit. You can just type in a keyword or a question and it will do some searching for you. So let's say mitosis, because that seems to be something it wants us to do. And it's going to take a moment to think because it's going to be perusing the web. The AI on the back end is going to be analyzing it. So after I put in this keyword, I get an adapted reading passage that is kind of a synopsis of several sources, so I can see in-text citations right here. It also gives us a short bullet point summary, some vocabulary words that students may want to know, and some options for different questions, whether it's multiple choice, short answer, and open-ended. And quick tip, if you're someone that wants to invite more student voice and choice, maybe do some jigsawing, maybe do a choice board, you can look at these sources and now you have a nice little compilation of text-based sources that you could pass out. So just an idea not only to re-level some things, but also save you some time as you're looking for resources.
Great.
I love that too for secondary because, like, not that elementary doesn't also benefit, but if we're really teaching kids that you have to evaluate the sources that things come from when you get this article rather than just finding something online, like Eric said, they have the resources to back up where that information came from. So a good habit to get into of calling attention to that stuff.
So if you do have a specific web page or a PDF or a YouTube video, you can paste the link right in here. But it's worth noting that if the link is to, let's say, an online textbook, something that might be protected with some security features that the publisher has in place, this may not work, which is why we have the copy and paste in any sort of text. So that would be a great way to take something from the district provided resources, copy and paste it, and create that level of differentiation for your students that may need a little bit of extra help.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is a great kind of option too for the people who love Newsella
Mm-hmm.
that we don't have
Yes.
access to anymore. This kind of gives you a little bit of an alternative because you can find your passage.
Good point.
And use that.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Okay, well, is that a wrap on our AI gifts
I think
here?
so.
I think that's a
Okay.
great AI.
So we would love to hear what you guys think, what ways you're using AI, which ways you want to use AI, or if you're like, these are amazing, but we need more PL for our building around how to use these. Call us,
I know some people.
Yeah.
email us, let us know. We're happy to come out and do this in person.
I would love to know, what is your greatest time waster?
Oh, yeah.
And can we figure out a way to use AI to save you some time?
Absolutely. I bet we can.
Bet we can.
Okay. All right. Well, go cozy up, have a good rest
That's
of your
right.
night, and we look forward to seeing you for the rest of Techmas events.
Merry Techmas!
Merry